Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry, cut me off. I want to finish what I was saying about. I believe that Cindy's brother and mother and Cindy's aunt have a more clear understanding, and are very what's the word I want to use? They know what's going on. They know Casey lies. They believe that Casey's lying, and they pretty much believe what most of us believe out here. Yeah, I do believe innocent until proven guilty. I do believe to a fair trial. Yeah, she's gonna get a fair trial eventually. But you know what? I just know that she's gonna be found guilty. But on my notes on this last email that I just read you guys on my video part two, um, it's just it really gets to me. But this is what it says. Okay, so nothing Casey has said is true. I would even bet that boy that died in the car accident is not the father. Casey has absolutely no traits of Hispanic. So, this person that she says is the father is Hispanic, and that Kaylee has no traits of Hispanic. We know that she's lied about who's the father in the past before this supposed guy who died. My opinion is I think every guy who knows Casey Anthony, who has slept with her around the time that Kaylee could have been conceived, come forward and do a DNA test. But that's just my opinion. How can you trust or believe anything that she says is true? She stole from mom, dad, stole from thousands, from you and George, stole from her friends. Like, really? Seriously? I mean, I just don't understand why Cindy cannot see all these things that her brother's pointing out. I think her brother has very good, valid points, but that's neither here nor here. So, email from Cindy to Rick. This is her reply. Greta's report did not say neighbors heard someone in the pool. You're just as bad as the media running scenarios with just bits and pieces of what the media puts out. There are a lot of facts that I cannot tell you about at this time. Lying does not make someone a murderer. I am not in denial. The cadaver dog that hit on the car was the same one that hit inconsistently in the backyard on the first day they were here. They purposely used that first dog only on the car the day before the bond hearing so the judge would not allow a reasonable bond. The sheriff's office thought that Casey would crack being in jail this long. She hasn't because she's protecting Kaylee. We cannot come out with other evidence until Kaylee is safe. Why don't you spend your energy on trying to help us find Kaylee? Well, let's see. Because she was dead in the woods around the corner from your house, lady. Reply from Rick to Cindy. You still didn't say if any human being has ever witnessed the existence of this ghost babysitter, quote unquote. I am sorry, but I have seen enough of Casey's actions after the fact to know she is full of crap. You can believe her all you want, but I don't buy it for 1 second. She lied to you in front of me about being pregnant. She was 7 months. It was so obvious it was ridiculous. Her own friends said she's a liar. And a good, decent person does not steal from their parents or grandparents. I do not believe anything Casey says. Casey is the only person who really knows where Kaylee is, what really happened to her. She is playing you, George, and Lee like a bass fiddle, and has for years. You need to wake up. You guys can be prosecuted for hindering investigation if you are withholding facts from the police. There is $225,000 reward for Kaylee. Anyone that is holding her would turn her in or let her go. This is a made-up story by Casey to get the police to take the heat off of her. You have enabled Casey to lie and steal for years. As long as you support her, you won't find out what happened to Kaylee. The word is already out. The word is, quote unquote, and he keeps quoting the word, is Casey is a pathological liar and only knows what happened to Kaylee. No parent would be at a nightclub every Friday after their daughter is kidnapped. Look at her reaction. She has no remorse. She doesn't care about anyone except herself. You are so far out in left field on this. You lost touch with reality. There is nothing that anyone can do here or anywhere without Casey coming clean and telling the truth for once in her life. I really don't think that she knows how to tell the truth. The reality should have set in after Kaylee wasn't home for her 3rd birthday. I want to go back and quickly touch base on a few things in that email from Cindy's brother to Cindy. She lied to you in front of me about being pregnant. She was 7 months. It was so obvious, it was ridiculous. Her own friend said she's a liar. So, on that, I just don't understand how 7 months being pregnant, she says she's not pregnant and gained weight, which that will come up in the police as we get further on. Cindy's brother, Rick, had talked to the police via phone, and they have it recorded, and I have the transcripts and everything else. And it's just so ridiculous on how she lies, how Cindy believes everything that she's saying. Even her friend said she was a liar. You have enabled Casey to lie and steal for years. Gee. No parent would be at a nightclub every Friday after their daughter is kidnapped. Look at her reaction. She has no remorse or doesn't care about anyone except herself. Well, let's see. Everybody wants to put down Miss Nancy Grace because she tells the truth and this, that, and the next thing. Casey's own uncle is saying Casey is a liar. She has no remorse. She doesn't care about anybody but herself. I mean, honestly, seriously, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Cindy's reply is, I cannot tell you everything that is going on. I'm getting real. I know who is in my corner, and it is not my family. Please do not destroy our relationship. I forgive your ignorance at this point. Reply from Rick. Has anyone seen the friggin' babysitter? That is the freaking question. If you can't answer yes or no, then I have nothing more to say to you. No grandparent I know doesn't know who is babysitting their grandchild. Your ignorance is intolerable. I am your brother, and I demand to know if anyone other than Casey has seen this stupid sitter. If you can't answer that simple request, then you are all by yourself on this. You need to get some help. Psychiatric help. One point I want to bring up back to Rick's email real fast. One thing that he pointed out is no parent would be at a nightclub every Friday after their daughter is kidnapped. I have a 4-year-old. I would not be at no nightclub, partying up, drinking, whatever else, if my son was missing. Really? Seriously? Come on, this is just... And what grandparent doesn't know who's babysitting their child? My mom knows who babysits my son all the time. Every freaking one of them. Just FYI. And I'm hoping that maybe on my mom's next day off, I'm actually going to do a video with her, her on the phone, and basically describe from a grandparent standing point what she would have done maybe in Cindy's position. Just so. But anyway, from Rick to Cindy again. No babysitter, no kidnapping, case closed. Mom never heard Kaylee on the phone. It was the wrong number. Don't bother Mom and Dad anymore. Bother Casey. Put the blame where it goes. It makes me sick to see you guys go through this because of Casey. I would believe in the Tooth Fairy or E.T. or Santa before I trusted and believed in Casey. After I heard what she did to Mom and Dad and you guys, I wouldn't donate a nickel to bond her out if I won the lotto. She humiliated you and did something to Kaylee, your precious granddaughter. Well, I mean, email from Rick to Cindy's mom. How can they possibly believe a lying snot that has never told the truth? How can they not see that all of Casey's actions are not of someone that cares that Kaylee is missing? She is guilty as hell, Mom. Cindy and George have got to be the stupidest people on earth. I always thought George was an asshole, and I thought Cindy was stupid for staying with him. I guess they deserve each other. They need to blame themselves for enabling Casey to steal and lie and get away with it. They created her, brought her into her lies and excuses for way too long. Bought into her lies and excuses for way too long. They are still doing it. Absolutely amazes me. They both need to get counseling before they go off the deep end, but I think they already have lost their minds. Real quickly before my time runs out and I have to do a part 4, I have a few minutes. I just want to put in this one last email from Cindy's mom to Rick. I read all the letters. I agree with most of what you said. I know she won't believe any of us until she sees that little baddie or Casey says where she is. George told a reporter that he lost his job, so now his job is to drive the Kaylee billboard around. I'm asking where he got the money for gas. He was on his first day of the job when they found out Kaylee was missing. I'm afraid Cindy will mess around and lose her job. Maybe she will lose her credibility, and they might not want her back. She should go back to work and let the police handle it from here. But she won't. Good point. Where are they getting that? Where were they getting all this money for gas and for the billboard and for this and for that and this and that? You know what? This absolutely ticks me off. I just don't know what else to say about it. I would like to hear your comments, your questions, and anything else you have. I will be back with my part 4, and I will pick up on 8/14/08, an email from Rick to Cindy again.